was testing a new trumpet or trying a new trumpet, the first thing I listen for is probably the first thing is the intonation, how the scale is on the horn. I try to feel out where all the notes are, and the response of the instrument as well. I mean, and it's like shoes. Not everyone fits somebody's going to like something different. Some people like horns with lots of resistance. Some people like horns with very little resistance, and everything in between. What I like is kind of medium resistance. So I'm looking for something that responds the way I like. But the scale is important. If the instrument has out of tune notes, then it's not really usable. I mean, you can make adjustments and as a player, and a lot of players play instruments that don't have a good scale to play out of tune, and they make the adjustment, and they do fine. But that's extra work if you think about it. To have the best instrument possible with a nice scale, now you're working less, and you don't have to think about that so much. The instrument I play here, this Yamaha trumpet that I had a little hand in designing, is interesting. When I first started playing it, like there's certain notes that I went to play, and I would crack them, like high D. I would crack that note a lot because on my past trumpet, it was flat. And I used to make this adjustment in myself to play it in tune. On this instrument, it's very in tune. So I was still making the adjustment, and so it would cause problems with this. I had to learn to trust the instrument. I mean, you have to be able to trust it. So that's the first thing I check for is the intonation. And will the instrument make the kind of sound I need it to make? If the instrument only makes one kind of sound, like for instance, if it's just bright, it's a bright trumpet, and you can't make it dark, well, that's kind of, to me, that's not a good instrument. That's a specialty instrument, or an instrument is very dark. And that might be a great specialty kind of instrument for somebody. They make instruments with very big bells and very heavy bells, and they have a very unique sound. But they produce the kind of sound they're going to produce. Maybe if you had to play something brighter on it, or lead trumpet kind of thing, it might be more difficult to do. So it's more work now. So I look for something that gives me all the colors that I need to play music, is instead of something that just, if I was just going to paint a painting and the whole painting was gray, then I would just use gray. But, it'd be a very boring painting. So I would want all the colors there in front of me. And so that's what so that's what I look for. And as well as the way it blows, and but I need to make sure it gives me all the colors I need.